Welcome back to the 2021 Mountain West Women's Basketball Media Days. I'm Bridget Howard alongside Jesse Kurtz, and we now go to Laramie, Wyoming to catch up with the head coach of the Cowgirls, Gerald Mattinson. Coach, great to see you. How are things going?
Good, thank you. It's good to see you guys. Everything's good. Things are going great. We already had our first snow yesterday, so we had some of our kids, a couple of our new kids experienced that for the first time. I had one try to ride her bike in it, so it's kind of an interesting thing. But besides that, everything's going great.
Well, if media members who are on the call here today, if you have a question for Coach Mattinson, please make sure to press the raise your hand button to enter the queue. Coach, you are coming off the Cowgirls' first ever Mountain West tournament title and second NCAA appearance. What is the excitement around the Cowgirls and women's basketball this season?
There's been a lot of excitement. It was a great run for our team in the tournament. Was playing really well down the stretch, and a lot of fan excitement, especially with fans being able to get back in the stands. They're looking forward to everybody I talked to coming back, being able to get in and be part of this team now. So expectations are high. Everything seems to be going well, and the fans are excited to get us going. So a lot of good positive things.
Well, Coach, we've got a question in the queue for you. First, we'll go to David Graf from Wyoming News Now.
Hi, Coach. I just want to start off with, would you say this roster has a nice blend of experienced players and underclassmen?
Yeah, I like our roster. Like I've said before, I really like our team. Just in general, period. Play really, really hard. Really get after it. And we added 3 freshmen. I think all 3 of them have a chance to contribute right away, and I think there is a really nice blend of, like you said, we've got a lot of returners, and now we have some young kids, and our freshmen turned to sophomores over the years. So nice blend, and a lot of excitement going with these players, and they're getting after it in practice. They're fighting for a little bit of playing time, and practices have been competitive, and that's what you want to see.
I'll ask
Next
another
question.
one.
Go ahead.
I'll ask another one. You mentioned those 3 freshmen. One of them is Douglas's Allison Furtick. She's arguably the most decorated player in high school basketball history here in Wyoming. What can we expect from her in year 1?
I think just like our other freshmen and like our returners, what she's trying to do is she's battling for time, and what can we expect for her? I think you can expect for her as well as the other players to play hard and fight for that playing time. That's she's going through an adjustment period. It's a lot more physical at our level. She has to adapt to that, but I think her future's bright. She has she has good hands, she has good feet. She can get up and down the court. I have high expectations for her, but she has to work and grow into that, and every opportunity she gets, she takes advantage of. So I'm looking forward to a lot of good things from her.
Another question for you, Coach, coming from Robert Munoz from WYO-sports.com.
Hi, Gerald. I'll stick to this freshman trend here. I listened to you talk with Kevin McKinney, and Emily's name came up a couple times. Do you expect some big contributions from her this season?
Yeah, I do. I think that Emily has the ability at the point guard spot to come in and give Tommy some rest. Help us so that will also help rest Quinn, so she doesn't have to do double duty. So Emily's gonna have to step up. I think she can. We're gonna have some growing pains with all of the freshmen. And even some of our returners. We're talking about a 5 spot that was, filled last year by a senior, and so we're going to have young people trying to figure that one out. But we're excited about Emily. She plays really, really hard. She has good ball skills, and one of the things that's interesting about her is she's grown 3 inches. So when we first were recruiting her or seeing her a few years back, she was about 5'8", and she's grown to be about 5'11" right now. So that gives us some size at that point guard position also down the line.
And talking about McKinley, I know coming in her freshman season, defense wasn't her strong suit. How she developed on that side of the ball and just overall the past couple of seasons?
I just think McKinley just continues to grow and grow, get better as a player. She'll be the first one to tell you, she never understood about defense. She just knew that she could get out and get after it. She's really, really becoming a better individual defender and also a team defender because, the way we play defense, we rely on team help, team rotation. She's just gotten better and better at that, and like I said, she's just growing leaps and bounds. I think as just an overall very good player, and when you talk about expectations, she's a person we have a lot of expectations for this year.
Right, and we'll now go to Sean Reynolds from KTWO-TV in Casper.
How you doing, Coach? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, you're picked 5th in the conference here. Picked to finish 5th. What's your reaction to that, given all that you returned?
I have no reaction to that. It doesn't matter to me right now who's picked first, who's picked 11th, who's picked 5th. What has always mattered to me is where everybody's at on March the 9th. I mean, I don't. I worry about that. I worry about how do you get better each day or each month as you get out. And as I've said before, Sean, this, I'll say it over and over again. I want to be trying to playing our best basketball toward the end of the season because to me, that's when it counts. So being 5th, it wouldn't matter to me if we were 1st, 11th, 5th. You just go out every day. Do what you're supposed to do, get after it, and where it all ends at on March 9th is what matters.
When we talked to you a few weeks ago, Coach, you said that you were able to accomplish so much more because of everything that you've returned, that you didn't have to spend as much time going over stuff. Where are you at a few weeks after that? I know you were a little bit banged up. How far ahead of schedule do you feel?
Well, I feel like we're in a good position where we understand the basics of what we want to do offensively and defensively, and we're able now to we're past the point where you have to. Last year we were still teaching at this point. There was a lot of teaching going on. Now we're still teaching, but there's a lot of fine-tuning going on with some of the things that we want to change offensively, some of the things we're working on defensive schemes. So it gives us a chance to throw in a little bit more, and then at this point try to fine-tune some of those things just because of the experience level that we have.
Coach, we spent a lot of time focusing on individual programs here, but look out at the conference for me here and go full Mufasa when you look at Pride Rock. Tell me what you see from the rest of the teams in the conference.
I just think our league's always just a good league, top to bottom. I think one of the things that this league has always had since I've been in it is one. I think this league has really, really good coaches. I think that's been true since I came in with Joe however many years ago. I think coaches scheme well. I think that they prepare their teams well. I think that they're able to take their teams from early in the year to later in the year, and and they improve. And it makes it really, really tough. It makes it challenging because you have to continually improve. So I think top to bottom, that's one of the big things about this league is the ability of the coaches to do what they do. And then obviously I think that there's as talented players in this league as there are in any league. I mean, there's obviously players that you just look at and go, okay, these guys are as good as we're going to see, and that's what we talk about a lot in practice. Actually, we'll go, you're not going to see better guards than you'll see out of these two, or you're not going to see a better big than you'll see out of this person. And so, I think that's also top to bottom in this league. Everybody has several players that can play at any level in the country. So I think that's what makes this league so tough. And then obviously the travel in this league is really, really tough, and that kind of makes it even a little bit tougher.
Last one I have for you, Coach, is from the time last season ended to coming back at practice, who's grown the most on your team? Not physically, but like just in the growth of the game.
You know, I don't know if I could answer in one. You know, I think they've all grown in their own ways and have come back. You know, with some determination. But you know, I'm going to have to say that I'm really pleased with where McKinley Bradshaw is at. You know, what she's done in the off season. I think this was one of her most productive off seasons that she's had. You know, she came back, I think, in as good a shape as when she left. You know, focused to play. You know, I think really wanting to not only have us have team success, but her have individual success. You know what? And I'm really impressed with our two freshmen that were here. You know, and I think that they have really grown and stepped up from when they first walked onto campus to where they're at right now. I think for them, what they've gone through and how they've adapted not only to basketball, but you know, to school and what they're doing, I think that has been a lot of growth for them.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
You betcha.
Thank you for the question, Sean. We do have some time for some follow-up questions. If you do have a question, raise your hand. We'll get you in queue. Let's go back to Wyoming News now and David Graf.
Ola was contributing more and more down the stretch last season. Where have you seen her game improve the most?
Did you say Ola? I didn't hear who you said. Yeah, Ola. You know, I think Ola is, you know, one of those versatile players that right now, for her, where we see her is, you know, offensively she has the ability to shoot the ball. You know, that's her number one asset and I mean she has deep range. You know, and she got better and better defensively. And you know, I keep harping on defense. You know, I think for us last year that was the key to our success. I think the year before that was the key to our success. You know, so where I see her going is just continued growth. You know, being able to be a little bit more of a multifaceted player where now you need to move past this being a catch and shoot person to being able to attack the basket a little bit more, to being able to guard bigger people when you need to, get a little more aggressive with some rebounds. And I think that will happen for her, and the quicker that happens, the more success we'll have as a team.
Thank you, David. Another question from WYOsports.com's Robert Munoz. Coach?
Coach, you always talk about how proud you are of your players. I think every time you hop on a call, whatever, after a game, you always talk about how proud you are. You know, how proud are you as a team to just overcome everything that overcome last season and get to where you guys ended up being?
Well, you know, we've talked about that, Robert. I can't say enough about this team and what they did last year. You know, and I got to say that about every team that went through all the stuff that they went through last year. Everybody should be proud of what they were able to accomplish. But you know, for our team, you know, I just had a bad feeling after we played Utah State. You know, just with the way that things were going last year at the end of the regular season, listening to you know, how the COVID news was going within the league and things like that, and I just had a feeling that was going to be our last game. We were going to try to get a game, and then obviously being off for that long causes a lot of concern. You know, trying to keep your team's spirits up. They helped themselves a lot there. That's where they showed a lot of growth to me. Is, you know, they never gave in at that point. You know, they just kept pushing each other and you know and giving themselves reasons to practice and reasons to play, and then. You know, this being able then to show up at the tournament and you know, not really miss a beat from where we were playing. That's you know, that's, like I said, I can't say enough about them, and I have to say my staff too, because my staff could have just said, hey, we got 23 days to go, so you know, not be into it. But every day we all came, especially the team, and pushed each other and found a way to to keep that edge.
Coach, got one more question for you. It would be remiss if we did not set the stage for our next guest, and Tommy Olsen. Last time we saw her, she was setting an all-tournament record with 17 steals in Las Vegas. Talk to us about the growth of Tommy Olsen. What do you expect for her? Since we're going to get a chance to talk basketball with her here in a few moments.
Well, you know, I think Tommy's just a special young woman. I mean, what she does for our team, you know, the energy that she brings, she's a dynamo, she's a competitor, she expects a lot of herself, she expects a lot of her teammates, but, you know, that's also besides, you know, what she expects of herself academically and everything else. I don't know how she does what she does, to be honest with you. I mean, I look at her daily schedule, and yeah, I'd have to be like checked in and taking a nap at some point. But she gets it done, you know. And you go, what else can I expect of her? I can't expect any more of Tommy. I mean, you know, all I can ask of Tommy and several of our players is just keep giving us what you've given us. If you give us 100%. You know, that's what she does. And you know, we always say, you know, it's kind of a funny thing. We always go, well, if you give us 100%, we can live with that. And now we're going, well, what else can I ask of you? Well, you've been giving me 100%. There's not a lot more left. I mean, but you know, we just need Tommy to stay healthy, and you know, we can say that about a lot. We need to keep her healthy, and you know, just keep letting Tommy be Tommy, as we say in practice.
A special player, and coming off a special season, your Cowgirls were electric at the end of the season last year. We look forward to seeing them on the court once again. Thanks for your time, Gerald. We appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.